Tacos, tacos, tacos. That is something that is very important to a lot of people. I'm sure that you've, at one point in your life, eaten tacos, whether it's authentic tacos or Taco Bell. So, Americans ate 4.5 billion tacos this year, according to National Taco Day. That's enough to take you from the earth all the way to the moon and back. That is a lot of tacos. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the right, the wrong, and the tacos. I'm also going to be talking about the history of tacos. And finally, 5 steps for you to get some tacos. So the first thing is, according to Oxford Dictionary, tacos are defined as a Mexican dish containing of a folded or rolled tortilla filled with various mixtures like chicken, steak, or beans. So right here on the right, this is the picture of what everyone thinks tacos are like. And not to bash anyone who really thinks those are tacos, but I want to talk about real, authentic Mexican or Hispanic tacos. And that right there is not it. As you can see, there's like ground beef, there's lettuce, tomato, and cheese. But right here to my left, you can see that this is what a real, authentic Hispanic taco looks like, with steak, cilantro, and a corn tortilla. And as much as I love Taco Bell, that just isn't it. So the history of tacos. The word tacos was first used in the 1800s, where miners would fold up a piece of paper and they put gunpowder in. So the folded up gunpowder with the paper was considered a taco. The corn was very common for Native Americans. So back then, when the Spanish came to Central America, corn was used a lot. They used corn for so many Mexican dishes like tamales or pozole or especially tacos. So that is why corn tortillas are used for tacos and why they use that. It came to the U.S. in about the 1920s, and it was twisted into the American way. So I sound a little biased when I say twisted, but what I mean to say is that when immigrants started coming to the United States in about the 1920s, they wanted their dishes. They wanted the food that they would eat over back home. But just like right now, if you guys look at the corner of this street, there's a Latino market with imported goods where you can get all sorts of foods from all over the country, from all over the world. Back then, you were able to do that. So they had to rely purely on the ingredients that they had, which means they had to substitute some goods. So maybe instead of that seasoned steak that is used, they had to use ground beef. Or maybe instead of all the other fresh ingredients like cilantro or the toppings that you put on the taco, they had to substitute that with lettuce or cheese or tomato and stuff. And that's how it kind of got twisted into that American way. And which isn't bad, like I said, but it's just not the authentic way. So there's so many places where you can get tacos, like Cubanitos or Taqueria Tijuana or Taqueria del Rey or Santa Fe. And I can tell you where those places are on Broadway or on 24th Street. But today I kind of want to show you how you guys can make tacos in 5 easy steps. So the ingredients that you will need, according to an interview with my mom, is you need corn tortillas, which you can buy. You can either get the small ones or you can get bigger ones. It doesn't matter. Some people like the small ones because you just double up on the tortilla. I don't know if you've ever had like authentic tacos. And then seasoned chicken or steak, or you can use other types of meat. If you like ground beef, then go ahead. I think something that's so unique about tacos is that you can make it whatever you want to make it, and that is so cool about that. So if you want ground beef, you can use ground beef. If you want beans, you can use beans. You can use steak and chicken, whatever you guys would like. The second thing is optional toppings. You can have your choice of salsa if you like it spicy, if you like it sweet. Chopped onions, cilantro, guacamole. You can just have avocados if you just want chopped avocados, or you can make a guacamole, and then lemon, which is really important, which I cannot live without, especially when it comes to tacos. So the 5 steps are, the first one is cut up the meat, thin and small. I think that is also a thing that makes tacos so authentic, just the soft meat and the thickness of those of the meat. And then step 2, season the meat. So you can add as much seasoning as you want. I don't know if you guys have ever had steak, but it's like steak, but just thinner. You can add as much seasoning as you like, or you can add as little seasoning as you like. The next step is heat up the pan. So you just heat up the pan and you cook the meat, and cook it how you like it. Like I said, tacos are so unique, so you can make it how you want it. So if you want to cook it really well done, you can do that. If you want to do it medium rare, you can do that as well. Next is heat up the tortillas on the stove. So you can just heat them up. I know in the microwave you can do that as well, but it's just there's something about when you heat them up on the stove that just makes them really, really good. Especially if you take some of that juice from the cooked meat and you put that on the tortilla, and that just makes it so much better. And the next step is place the cooked meat on the heated tortilla and add any toppings that you want. We talked about cilantro or guacamole or whatever other toppings you want. I know when I was in Mexico and they had taco trucks, they had the whole front was full of beans and so many different toppings. Like I could even think and decide which one I wanted to put on there because there are so many different toppings that you can add onto that. So today we talked about the right, the wrong, and the tacos. So how so many people see tacos as a hard shell with ground beef. And as much as, and as good as that is, honestly, that isn't just a picture of authentic Hispanic tacos. We also talked about the history of tacos and how miners and native miners would use paper and wrap it up with gunpowder and call those tacos. And that's when the first word came into play. And then on your own, so I told you where you can get really good tacos, and they are really good, but I also told you a quick way on how you guys can also make those tacos as well. So here's a quick video of this guy making really fast tacos. So I hope you learned a little bit more about what authentic tacos is, and hopefully that influences you guys to maybe go out and either make them or go and try them.